guys, welcome back to Hike Oregon. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my backpacking gear for 2021. If you are new here, welcome to the Hike Oregon channel. I make hiking and backpacking vlogs as well as gear reviews and just general tips and tricks videos to help you become a more confident hiker and backpacker. If you're interested in content like that, click that red subscribe button and the notification bell so that you are notified every time I make a new video. And if you want more content from me, you can support me over on Patreon, where for as little as $1, you get 2 to 3 extra videos a month. Okay, let's get into it. I'm currently in the process of packing for a Pacific Crest Trail section hike, just 55 miles, so pretty short, but because I'm packing, I thought it would be the perfect time to show you guys my gear for 2021. If you have been watching me for a while, you will see repeat gear. Not a ton has changed, but there are definitely some bigger items that are new to me this year that I'm super excited about. So let's start with the big 3 items, which is your backpack, your tent, and your sleep system. So my new backpack for the 2021 season is the Outdoor Vitals Shadowlight pack, and I did a full unboxing video of this backpack, kind of just going over what you see, what the features of the pack are, and that kind of thing. That was before I ever took it on a trip or anything, so it's purely an unboxing videos just to show you guys the pack. This is a 60-liter pack. I'm super excited to take it on this PCT section hike. I had a 45-liter pack that I took on a previous backpacking trip, and it was just a little bit too small for all of my gear. I had to leave some stuff at home that on that trip was fine, but on future trips I just wouldn't feel comfortable leaving them at home, such as like a rain pack cover, and I didn't take my pillow, which was fine for like a 2-nighter, but for various longer trips that I'm going on this year, most of my trips are 5 nights, and I just need certain comfort items that just did not fit in a 45-liter. So switch to the 60. This is definitely roomy enough, and it's so comfortable, and I will make a full review video after I have completed my backpacking season sometime in the fall. Probably October is when I'm gonna do my last backpacking trip of the season. So I'll do a full review video on this guy once I put some miles on it. If you watched my year of 2020 video, you will know that I did switch to a big Agnes copper Spur tent. This is the UL2, so it's a 2-person tent, super roomy. I loved this tent last summer. These are the poles and stakes. This is the tent. I will continue using this because I love this tent. Next up is another new item, and I'm stoked to have this. I have not really found my perfect sleep system in all the years that I've been backpacking. I had a Z-Packs sleeping bag for multiple years, just was never really happy with it. I was constantly cold even after I switched to a very warm sleeping pad with a R value of 5. I was still cold with this sleeping bag, so it just made no sense to me. I even got a liner and all of that. I was not happy with it, so I sold that sleeping bag, and I did a ton of research, and I got what I think is going to be the perfect sleeping bag. It is the Sea to Summit Flame, and it's rated 15, so it's a 15-degree bag. It is super puffy. Like, it is almost difficult to stuff in a stuffed sack. It does come with one of these cinch bags here, and generally I don't use these because, you know, there's plastic on it, it's extra weight. For this sleeping bag, this is actually really helpful because it doesn't stuff into any stuffed sacks. Like, it is so lofty that impossible. Like as soon as you stuff it down, I tried stuffing it into a Z-Packs dry bag, and as soon as you stuff it down, it just poofs back up, and I couldn't even close the dry bag with the Velcro. It just kept puffing open. It's so puffy, and there it goes on the floor. So this thing really, really helps. I can stuff it in here, and then I just pull all these straps one by one and really make it as small as it can possibly go. I have taken this on one backpacking trip. Granted, it was warm. I can't really say if I love it yet. I love the idea of it so far. And again, at the end of this season, I'll do a full review. Maybe I'll do a review of my sleep system or something, because I have a new sleeping pad as well. So if you've been watching me in the past, you'll know that I love my X-Ped Thin Mat HL Winter, whatever. This has an R value of 5, so it is a very, very warm sleeping pad. A little bit overkill for the summer. The problem I have with this guy is that it is really loud. The pad itself is not loud, so when I blow it up and lay on it here at home on my floor, it is not loud. So the inside doesn't crinkle like on the Therm-a-rest Neo Air. It's the inside that crinkles. This actually is loud on my tent floor. The bottom of the pad on the tent floor is insanely loud. It like squeaks almost. It's obnoxious. I don't love it. So I found in my closet, I wasn't even aware I had this, Therm-a-rest ProLite Apex. It has an R value of 4. Now this guy is much bigger. Also, I don't think I deflated this. I think this can get a lot smaller. It was just really difficult to deflate. As you can see, it is much larger than the X-Ped mat, but around the same weight. It's a little bit heavier, but it's comparable. And it's also quiet, so that makes a huge difference. I sleep much better on this guy. And in the summer, I just don't need an R value of 5. It depends on the trip. So on colder trips, like when I go in October, I will probably take the X-Ped. Now for all of my summer trips coming up, like my PCT section hike next week, you know, all my trips like Wallowas, Sierra, I will probably take the Therm-a-rest just because I don't need the R value of 5. If you have been following me for years now, you will know that I used to sleep on a Therm-a-rest Z-Lite. I just can't do that anymore. It is just too uncomfortable. For the past 2 years, I have been suffering with sciatica pain, and I actually just found out last week that I have a slipping vertebrae, which pinches my nerves, causing pain in my back and down my leg. Sleeping on the Z-Lite, it just is not comfortable ever since my back issues. I sound like a 90-year-old lady. But yeah, that's just something I have to deal with, and I can't sleep on the Z-Lite as much as I would like to. It just doesn't work. And I feel like especially on longer trips, you know, 4, 5, 6 nights, it is so important to get a good night's sleep, especially if you're doing hard miles, long miles. Like, your body has to recover, you have to rest, you have to get a good night's sleep. It just sucks so much when you get home from like a 5-night trip and you are just exhausted and you have to try to recover for like 3 days afterwards. Taking something that will make your trip more comfortable sleep-wise, it's just worth a little bit of extra weight or extra space. And then last but not least, for my sleep system, I have my pillow. This guy kind of scrunches up, can go into any nook and cranny in my backpack. I like this so much. It is, it's comfortable. I have tried the blow up pillows. They just don't work for me. They hurt my ear. They're just, I don't know. They just don't work for me. On shorter trips, I have done the jacket in like a buff type of thing, but that's also not super comfortable. But if I'm trying to save space or save weight or something, the pillow is something I can go without. But if I really want to be comfy, I will take the pillow. So the rest of this is not very new, and I have actually made specific videos for each of these sections. The big three I didn't make a specific video about, so that's why that was talked about for a little bit longer. But let's just go over my cook system. I have the Pinnacle Soloist pot, my spoon, my spork thing. I have Sawyer Squeeze and my CNOC Vecto. Again, I will link the video here that shows all of this in detail. And then I have my Gobi gear food bag. Now, I haven't shown this in a while, but I love this because, as you can see, it has segments. So it has 4 sections, which makes organizing food for the various days or whatever super easy. So one section has all of my daily breakfasts in it, one section has all of my lunches in it, and then I have dinners in one, and then I have like snacks and desserts in the other. It's super handy, it's large. I have been able to fit all of my food in here for days and days, so love that guy. For clothing, I have my Hilltop Packs dyneema stuff sack here. I love this guy. I put my clothes in here. If you want to see what clothes I take backpacking, I will link that video. Super awesome. All of my stuff fits in there. Handy dandy. Another Hilltop Packs bag is for my electronics, so I will link the electronics bag video here, and it just basically houses my batteries, my cords, all that kind of stuff. So love this guy, especially because it's a double bag. It is very handy for organizing, and so that all of your cords and stuff don't get tangled. It's nice to have it in separate compartments. So for my toiletries and first aid, I have my Eagle Creek packet thing here. It's super awesome. Again, I made a video all about what's inside it. I will link that here. There are 3 compartments, so I organize all of my toiletries and first aid. Because it's toiletries and first aid, I definitely keep it somewhere close to the outside of the backpack so I can quickly access it if I did have an emergency where I had to use the first aid. So I think that is it. I talked about my big 3, my toiletries, my electronics, my cook and water system, my clothing, and I think that is it. On this upcoming PCT section hike, I will be filming a what I eat on a 5-day backpacking trip video. I've done a few of those videos before, but you know, stuff always changes, and I will be showing you all of that, so stay tuned. This year, I am still rocking an older pair of the Altra Timp trail runner shoe. I bought a couple pairs a couple years ago when they were on discount clearance, when they were getting rid of that model of Timp. So I bought a couple pairs and I've been kind of slowly wearing them. They have 200 miles on them right now, so I'll likely wear them throughout probably July. I don't like to wear my Ultras longer than about 350-400 miles just because they really start to break down and they hurt my feet. You can wear them, you know, they say 500 to 600 miles, but not with my feet. My feet can't handle that. I will retire this pair and then rock just the same pair but just a different color for the rest of the season. Next year I will definitely be trying a new pair of trail runners, maybe a different version of the Timp, or maybe even one of the other Ultra trail runners. So we'll see. So I think that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I will link all of the gear I mentioned down in the more info box below, as well as all of the videos that go into more detail about what is in my clothing bag, electronics bag, and cook and water system, as well as my clothing bag. So you can watch all of that below. And I'd love to hear what gear you're super excited to try this year. I know I said a lot of my big 3 items are new to me, so I'm super stoked to kind of use those throughout the season and then tell you guys all about it at the end. If you don't already, go ahead and follow me over on Instagram. That's where I post all of my recent hiking and backpacking pictures. And if you want to hike and backpack here in this amazing state of Oregon, check out my website, hikeoregon.net, and you'll find tons of information there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next adventure.